bumped in. Show me the all damn day. Bumped in. Show me the all damn day. Playing all damn day.
breaking soft tip news, Windmill has announced a string of American player signings, including PDC superstar Jules Van Dongen. You've known about Leonard Gates, of course. However, we also saw Mike Maloney, Rick Hensey, and Garrett Rakowski, who are prominent soft tip players. Not to say they've never won anything on the steel tip side, but they are renowned for their soft tip accomplishments and dominance in the US. And for you folks overseas unfamiliar with these guys, just go on over to our YouTube page at USA Darts, type in their names in the search bar. We have dozens of great matches featuring all 5 of the new Windmouse sponsored players. You will not be disappointed. It is astonishing to see 3 sponsorships that are soft tip leaning by a major darts brand with over 50 years of experience in the industry, not to mention the Blade 6 being the board sponsor for the PDC. So if that doesn't answer the question, why do people play soft tip? I don't know what else can. We totally understand how the UK folks might not get it and just don't realize how popular soft tip is globally, but trust us, we at USA Darts Production literally make half of our living streaming soft tip events and the other half streaming steel tip. You don't have to like or respect the soft tip side, but at least be aware. Soft tip is obviously beloved by enough people who truly enjoy participating. And now players are getting signed by Windmow. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It's L-Style Shootout time here at the Booyah Cup and Darkhorse Classic. William Stewart alongside me is Mr. Ryan Mooneyham before our friend and colleague, Mr. Sean Green, joins us for the action. But how about this, folks? To lead us off is the shootout. And what this is a game of count-up to establish seeding. We do have some seeded players already. We'll go through those already as we'll start off with the men, Ryan.
Number 1 seed, Mr. Bob McCoy. Bob's been back on the scene. You know, you've seen him recently. Now he's the number 1 seed. Followed by La Maquina, J.C. Martinez. Number 3, Mr. Danny Baggish. Number 4, Hulk Smash, Mr. Mike Maloney. Number 5, good friend of mine, Jesse Johnson. Watched him play some amazing stuff today. Number 6, FKL. That's your friend, Kevin Luke. Number 7, Mr. Joey Mann, back in action. And to round out the top 8, Mr. Brett Hollanday. We know Brett pretty well from over the years, USA Darts Productions.
Been playing well in that CSC Challenger Series. For our next lineup, it's going to be Rick Hensey, Elliot Milk, Dimry Lawrence, Ryan Gervais, Dwayne Johansson, Corey Beck, David Fadden, and Mason says here. Mason is only 15 years young, but that's going to round out your seeded positions here. Now everybody's going to get an opportunity to play, including your seeded players, but your 17 through 32 is going to be established based off this count-up. Now we do have the ladies as well. Let's go ahead and go under those ones, and our top 8 players are as follows, Ryan.
We got Miss Chrissy Grimo, Florida. On her compatriot, Mrs. Meredith McGee coming up with her. Following it up with number 3 seed, Miss Jessica Melton. Abby Spot takes the number 4 spot. Chicago native and area favorite, Miss Liz Tynan. 6, the red-hot Olivia Terry. We watched her in the WCS. We've also been seeing how she's played over the last couple Booyah Cups. Number 7, Miss Hunter Smith. And last but not least, everyone's favorite, Vanessa Talks.
Love it, love it. Well, first up for us is going to be Carolyn Gucci and Tyler Hensey to open us off in our count-up stages. Now, we've got a little way of keeping track of this. Is going to be a little bit more difficult considering we've got 2 players going at the same time. But we'll see how quickly we can adjust and make things happen. We'll start off with whoever gets up first and starts underway. I believe that will be Tyler. So we're going to head on over to his board. We'll get squared away.
I want to mention, guys, if you see those raised hockeys, they're going to be using that this year at the Booyah Cup in the finals. So a little bit different from your normal tape for the soft tip players.
Yeah, I love it. Carolyn's getting underway as well. So we're going to be keeping track of this, and we'll keep it on our scoreboard here as we go. No scores in yet, but I'm sure we'll have quite a few coming in just a moment. So we'll see what happens. Leonard Gates did win our count-up competition by a single point last year. $600 on the line for our winner.
I mean,
for the men.
It's just straight scoring. There's nothing crazy about it. You're not beating anybody, but you got to score. That trip 20's got to fall.
It does. It certainly does. Carolyn at 114 right now. I think that's after 2 rounds.
Tyler Hensey. We've seen him lately on the CSC Challenger Series, tearing it up. A little slow start, but unfortunately he is our lucky duck number 1. He gets to be showcased in front of everybody. Will, what do you have a score in line that you might think might win this?
Oh, definitely over 1,000. You're going to be having probably in that. I'd say 1,050. Maybe we get to 11. I think that'd be touching the limits, but I think we get 1,000. I think last year 1,000 is 80 something or maybe 20 that won it. So we'll see what happens.
What about on the ladies' side?
Oh,
600, 700?
I'm thinking 800.
800.
I think we'll touch that. I think we'll touch that. We'll see. We'll see, folks. Let us hear what you think. I hope you're excited for the action.
So we'll set that as our baseline, is 1,000 for the men, and it's 800 for the women. Let's see if how far we are over or under.
Eric saying we mispronounced Mason's last name. Buddy, I'm going to let you know. If you haven't been watching, you should, because we mispronounce names all the time, unfortunately.
You got the hillbilly, Nick Mooneyham. Is it Mason Sassier?
It probably is. I mean,
I want to do it right, I promise you. Anyone that gets on the stream and we get to call the matches, we want to do it as proper as best we can.
the 7:59 score line there for Tyler. 7:48 for Carolyn.
So we will keep these scores coming across the bottom for you. So in progression, they will shoot. There is 31 people that's going to come up and shoot. The 32nd position will be decided by the qualifier that's currently going on. If you didn't understand what I said, there is an actual live site qualifier going on right now for the number 16 position for the women and number 32 position for the men. And I am not going to lie to you. There is a ton of players out there bidding for one spot tomorrow.
Yeah, well, just one spot, and boy, is that tough. And there's 50 on the men's side
At least.
Yeah, there's definitely a hefty amount of players involved.
While we wait for her to set up, we got Miss Shay Cole coming up. Some notables that are in the qualifier that didn't qualify already. Julie Weger, 2-time national champion, several times national champion through the NDA. On the men's side, Dan Burt, Jake Smith, big winners that we've seen over the years on USA Darts Productions.
You can see the bowl is utilized for the women. Shay making the trek from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to be here. I think it's funny. Well, Eric, nobody's perfect. We'll ask him. We talked to him at Shoot for the Moon for a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does this weekend on this board. I hear there's a young man named Liam Muser in the on-site qualifier who's just 13 and is slanging. He's like throwing 4 6s right now, which is just incredible.
Let's see where we know where Liam is right now.
Do you have that link? Send me that link in the chat in Messenger if you can, Ryan.
Right, we'll do.
And I'll get you all a Bitly link dropped in there. So if you guys want to check out the on-site qualifiers, you can do so, or at least check out those brackets for it. I'm going to be honest with you. How much we cover that on-site qualifier? Probably not much, if at all, any. Maybe we get the finals, but I know that we have that exhibition between Mike Maloney and Danny Baggish, and with the amount of players that are in the mix, I'm sure that the on-site qualifiers will end after.
Yeah, it's going to take them a minute to get down to that final one, and it's going to be a push to get that final position. And it's going to be exciting darts. Fortunately, we'll have others going on at the same time.
Right now, be honest, Shay needs to find something, find it quick. I don't think she's going to be completely happy with this one. Looks like Bob McCoy will come up on the men's side. Next. Now, let me tell you what, this is a little bit tricky to keep track of.
So Carolyn Newigi shot a 7:48. Tyler Enzi 7:59. We'll be updating as we go from both the bottom, and I've got a live update coming from Jeremy Burns, so we'll be able to keep you guys going on the scores. Baseline, we're saying right over 1,000 for the men. Baseline 800 and something for the women. So let's see how many players go above that baseline. Some believe that close to 1,200 is going to win the L-Style Shootout. So we'll see.
We'll head on over to board number 2. We'll get our board situated here.
Just to kind of let you guys know, Bob McCoy, the number 1 seed. This is his average for his qualifiers, 5.37 through all the qualifiers that he played to get here for the cricket, 36.25 on the split bull 501. So I'm telling you, if you ain't got Bob picked, you might think about him. I know there's a lot of fan favorites, but there's some good ones in here.
There certainly is, Ryan. There certainly is some good ones. There's some great choices. I know a lot of people got involved in the Calcutta for the Booyah Cup, which had some great numbers on that as well.
I was hoping I'd call the 180.
Bob taking his time there.
No, he's really taking his time. He dropped the dart. Another 140 points scored. Just kind of give you guys an idea of what to expect tomorrow. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. there's doubles 01, both pro 501, open doubles 501, women's 301. 2 p.m. is the women's Booyah Cup finale. 3 p.m. is the men's Booyah Cup finale. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., we'll have the NADO blind draw. And then on Sunday, it's doubles cricket. Pro, non-pro, and they'll have a mixed doubles at 3.
I don't think you mentioned the most important part of that blind draw, $1,500 added, folks. So if you're in the area, come on down, get involved in that blind draw. You definitely want to do so.
Three rounds left to go for Mr. Bob McCoy.
Looks like Olivia Terry will be coming up for the women.
Mentioned Bob McCoy. He played in the National Steel Tip Finals, both cricket and 501 out in Las Vegas this year at the Las Vegas Open, and I was his board captain. And it was a new experience for him to get back into the Nationals on the steel tip side, and competed really, really well. He said he was very happy for how he is. You know, he's spent his whole career in front of a soft tip board, but transitioning over, he really enjoyed it. We'll be doing more of it in the future. Come on, Bob, give me another one.
Big 180. This could be a great scoreline incoming.
Another 180 here. Not going to get over the line of the 1,000-point baseline that we've set, but he'll finish nicely with a 9. All right, he's just outside with a 935. Still got a round to go, so he will eclipse that baseline. Would you be nervous if you know that there's $600 on the line for this?
I don't think so. Come on now.
Come on, it's only 8 rounds of scoring. It's $600.
There you go, folks. If you want to check out the on-site qualifier bracket, there's a Bitly link for you all to enjoy. And he does. Oh, I thought he was going to finish it off with a big 60. And what did we say? 1,000's going to win this one. There's 1,058 right there from Bob McCoy. Of course, Jeremy stole my pen, so can't even write it down. That's all right. We'll figure it out.
Olivia Terra on her final turn. 845. We said 800 would be the baseline for the women, and she has eclipsed it. That moves her up into first place for the women's.
We'll move over to Matt Jenkins, who's going to be on our men's board. Get those score lines updated here.
Matt Jenkins, I know we've called him several times at WAMO and local events here. I'm assuming he hails from the Wisconsin area, which I've talked to him a few times. Comes in with a 4.39 and a 31.63 qualifier averages.
Starting it off right. Big start.
It's a big one,
I
ain't it?
guess a big second, we'll be honest. It wasn't a big start, just 26 on the board to start, but that's a good recovery is what that is.
Looks like we'll have Lisa Yee up next, according to the schedule.
There we go. Appreciate that, Ryan. I will say it's a little bit different compared to the other events. I mean, you don't normally see this happen at events. Let's be on a one-leg count up to kind of just decide things. I don't know why that's showing that. We're going to have to change that.
The cool thing about it is, number one, is there's cash up to win. Number two is you can set your positioning. I mean, let's say you're the number 31 on the list. If you weren't the top 16 already preceded, you can go right all the way up there to the 17, 18 seed and improve your positioning in the bracket. It's going to take you doing that in this challenge.
We'll update that score line. I know it's kicking something besides our 0 there, which is a little bit weird. So we'll edit our text there to just a basic text. Apologies for that one.
Need another one.
Look at him go.
That's $2.80s in this turn.
Now if you could just connect the rest, right?
Yeah, no kidding. I would really wish we had a baseline to cover how many 1080s is going to be thrown this weekend. We just don't have that ability. Up next after Mr. Matt Jenkins, who's on round 8. They just announced him. He's coming up. It's Corey Beck.
Love that. Lisa looks like she's just kind of getting underway. 265 on her scoreboard.
Miss Lisa Yee, Arizona.
That there for Matt, 896.
Give you some background on Miss Lisa Yee. You've known her from on our streams. Phoenix, Arizona. Her Booyah Cup qualifiers, 3.83, 30.43 on her 01.
There you go. Let's see if that updates for us. Doesn't look like it.
Like I've said, is the 800 is the baseline for women. She is 200 out from eclipsing that. Full bore for the ladies, split bore for the men.
See if that update's for us. Yeah, we'll see if she can round out her rounds here with some gold. There we go. She has an opportunity to get out in front of Olivia here.
8:38 final.
Just underneath.
Now Olivia Terry still leading that score line for the ladies. Bob McCoy, our current leader for the men's. Next up for the ladies, we will have Casey Bates.
Head on over to Corey's board. Round 4 for Corey.
So there's some questions in the chat, and I'll go ahead and give you. The top 16 men are already preceded from their qualifiers. They are playing for the money. The seeding for the next 17 to 31 will be the highest scores for the men's and from that group. For the ladies, the top 8 are already seeded.
Thank you.
But 9 through 15 are positioning through the shootout. So there's two things happening with the shootout. Number one, playing for prize money, and two, setting your second half of the brackets seedings. Now, there's a lot of folks coming in here that are kind of new to this. You know, the one great thing about this kind of event, this kind of tournament, is it is new. It's on the cusp. It could set the norm for a lot of great events. It's got qualifiers, on-site stuff going on, shootouts for cash. I mean, come on. What more can you want?
Is that Danielle we've got on the other board? Is that correct?
I had Casey Bates on the list to shoot next.
Okay, that may be right. I may be just hallucinating on who it is. So appreciate that, Ryan.
So, Will, I know we're underway with this shootout. Let's talk about how excited you and I have been about this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, getting up here on Thursday, kind of seeing the setup for everything was just an initial kind of it was just crazy. It was like, oh man, we're in for a fun weekend here, and to see the crowd of players that we've got, some top level competitors, steel tip, soft tip, doesn't matter, just quality dart players here this weekend.
Folks, what's in that field is senior PDC, former PDC players, seniors champions, national steel chip champions, soft tip national champions, soft tip world qualifiers overseas for both the European and Asian tours. This whole field is chock full of these players, and they're here to put on a show this weekend. They're here to win some money. Next up for the men, it looks like we've got
La Maquina.
La Maquina, Mr. Juan Martinez.
Yeah, he played really well Monday night in the CSC Challenger Series. You can tell he's going to be coming to this weekend feeling good. See if he can continue on.
Right now for Miss Casey Bates, she comes in with a 3.10, 26.84. So these are their qualifier stats. Mr. Martinez, number 2 seed, coming in with a 5.14, 34.92 split bowl 501 average. So that kind of tells you that's a point per dart on that split bowl 501. So take that times 3 for anyone that that only knows the steel tip side of the averages, then that's got your average what they would throw with the split bowl 501.
She's going to finish at a 489. You can tell she's not thrilled with that number. Wanted to do a little bit better than that one, but it's quite all right. You can always have a better performance in the cup itself, as we'll head back on over to La Maquina.
Yes, we get the swipe. We're going to call it the board swipe. We'll swipe one board away, bring another board right back up.
Just a reminder, I'm going to have some mistakes here and there on this scoreboard. I'm going to make a spelling error. I'm going to make a mistake. I guarantee you. I just want to make sure that you know. Yeah, it's a single 20 register. It's a triple 20. So, yeah, La Maquina does the right thing and says, hey, Jeremy, come here and watch this real quick so I make sure I'm still in the clear. And he fills it up. Great shot.
Pulls away, doesn't hesitate. Triple 20, triple 20, triple 20, 180 points for his shootout score. Going in around 5, only at 423, but that 180 really jumped him up. As you can see, your scores coming across the bottom. Currently still have Bob McCoy, 1,058, in the lead for the prize money.
Bianca asking, are the ladies have to bowl or can they go 20 or 19? They can go 20 or 19. Nothing's stopping them. It's just a fat bowl game, so that's the difference. Matt asking, good morning, mates. What game is this? Will 01 and Ticky-Tack be played this morning? Ticky-Tack being cricket. An overseer, as you can't tell. Matt, this is count up to establish seeding for tomorrow's big event, the Booyah Cup, with the likes of Leonard Gates, Alex Spellman, Danny Baggish, Mike Maloney, Rick Kinsey, Bob McCoy, so many more competitors. So we're established seeding here. What you get 8 rounds at the board, highest score gets crowned your winner. It's just a fun little game. Only 808 for JC.
Not going to be happy with that score.
Yeah. But we're going to have a handful of individuals that maybe just don't have a good run in this count up. It's very tough.
Next up for the men, Mr. Elliott Milk, 2-time national champion on steel tip, WDF Masters qualifier several times, has walked across the stage in the U.S. Masters, so kind of resume for this gentleman here with a nice, beautiful swagger of the Under Armour shirt. And I'm going to say that to him because Elliott's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, good guy, good individual. Looks like we'll get Meredith McGee on the ladies' side, and she hasn't even started warming up yet. She's just getting underway. So we'll kind of take that away, and you can take a look here at her side angle.
Well, just so you know, the lineup that we have on schedule, if they come up in the right order, Elliott Milk will be followed by Leonard Gates, will be followed by Danny Baggish, followed by John Pilgrim.
Jay asking, does the winner only win money? No. So you're establishing seeding. Our first 1 through 16 has been established already. They're locked in, but they're still getting a chance at some money here. But your 17th through 32 could jump in and make a run at this. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you may be 31 on the points list, but seeded 17 because your shootout number was high enough.
Starts off with a low ton. 100 on the board. Meredith, she takes a little bit more time. She's a mechanical thrower. So she's just about to throw her first darts. We should be able to watch the rest of Milk before jumping on over. Once again, we appreciate you being here. Some good numbers for our L-Style shootout. Some very good numbers. Almost 1,000 of you folks joining us for this one.
Yeah, think about this as a teaser. I know that it's we're just watching them play and we're watching them score, but this is the teaser. This is to get you warmed up. If you ain't bought the popcorn, run to the store and get some, because you got some fantastic starts coming your way this weekend. If it's raining like it is at my house, put it on the TV, put on a fire, and let's watch some dots.
There we go. Elliott throws in a 180 there, and Meredith is perfect so far after 6 darts. 251 on the board for her. Elliott, I was talking with him for just a little bit beforehand, and it looks like Sean Green is in the background. So he'll be starting us off here in just a second. I did talk to Elliott. He got a new set of glasses and has been working on some things, had some eye issues. So
it's called old man issues.
Well, that too. But it's got himself feeling better. That regional at Bull Shooter was a good eye opener for him to see where he's actually at now. So he did make that the ESPN event, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct.
Man, oh man, look who it is. The one, the only, the receding Sean Green.
He only drove through, like, beautiful sunshiny weather. No traffic. He just happened to stop a few times.
None at all.
Hey, there's a big 180.
Another one from Milk. Yeah, I figured you want some. Well, we'll hand over the mic to Sean here once he gets settled in. Sorry, you're going to have to deal with me for just a second or two more.
Thank God Sean's here. I mean, it's good to see you, Sean. Or, hello, Will. He made me dress up for this, folks.
Put it right on there. There you go.
He's one more. Not going to quite hit the 1,000-point baseline.
Well, he's still got another round.
Oh,
He's still got one more round. He could definitely get over Bob McCoy. Bob, our current leader at 1,058. He's going to kind of take his time with this one. Well,
1,054.
Just behind Bob McCoy. As we're going to head on over to Miss Meredith McGee.
As we get our board swipe. It's a new invention. It's called the swipe left, swipe right. Bob McCoy still 1,050 out in front. For the ladies, it's Olivia Terrier. Sitting at 8:45. Can Meredith McGee eclipse her here? $722, respectable. That could be good enough for second place, depending on the score lines.
I still think she's going to be unhappy with the way she started there. She was eyeballing that leader spot, and unfortunately, she's not going to be able to do that. But, oh my, Leonard Gates coming up as our next competitor here.
And who do we got up on the ladies?
This is going to be Caitlin Myers.
All right, folks, your background for their Booyah Cup qualifiers. Mr. Leonard Gates. 5.23 was his qualifier average, 36.69 point per dart on the split bowl 501. Miss Caitlin Myers, she is the number 9. She comes in as the number 9, so she will have to try to qualify higher. 3.19 was her qualifier average. 28.09 was her split bowl. So her bowl average. So pretty respectful numbers there.
I'd say so. As Leonard just gets underway, go ahead and turn on our
And we swipe.
stuff to him. Of course, he won our count up last year by a single point over Mike Maloney.
Soldier sporting that Star City Amusements patch on his chest. That is his vendor back home where he plays the PPD and has the G3 boards, allowed him to qualify for this. So we'll give them a quick little shout out for sporting darts in the Houston area.
Well, right off the cuff, he's kind of in a detrimental spot right now. 287 after 3 rounds.
He ain't messing around. He's getting back and throwing.
Well, he knows he needs to fill this up from here on out to even sniff an opportunity. 3 rounds remaining. Could he possibly? Could he just, I was going to say, could he just fill this up the rest of the
I
way?
was going to say, did you see that last thing he did, that last quick
A little
push to the board?
Yep, a little bit push there on that last dart.
We haven't heard the "Come on, Gator" yet. He's not into it.
Come on, Gator.
Come on, Gator. Not going to hit the 1,000-point mark. And so far, we have 2 players that have eclipsed that baseline that Will and I established. Where did we come up with that? I don't know. We just thought it might be the right number to hit. So far, we've only had 2 men and 2 women eclipse it.
We go back on over to Caitlin. Round number 5.
37.67, turning really good right now on her 0-1. Keep that momentum, and she will take the first place spot. There's a nice Hattie. It was like, so some people have never seen this before. I know we're kicking back to it. They throw 3 darts for 8 rounds, so they're going to get 24 darts on the board. Mm-hmm. Highest scoring is what they're going to get. Some of you guys don't understand what possibly going on. So if you've ever done any kind of racing or anything like that, this would be what we would call your qualifying laps or your heat races.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
To get ready for your finale or your features. So if you've got any kind of, you've ever raced cars or raced motorcycles, that's what you would look at, or you watch NASCAR. This is the qualifying laps. This is what's building the momentum for them to get ready.
Well, Caitlin's in a good position here. Let's see if she can possibly gather the advantage here. 8:45 needed to take the first position. As you can see in the background, Danny Baggish going to be up on the men's side.
No pressure, but there it is.
Yeah,
I'm like,
good shot.
don't fly off and miss that 8:45 mark. That's your new leader. That is our new leader, Miss Caitlin Myers, 888 for the women. On to Mr. Baggish. We need a swipe, Will.
Throwing those new invisible darts.
Hey, bud.
Mr. Sean Green now in the booth. Sean, how have you been?
Well, it's been rainy. It's been a long drive up with Chicago traffic and everything, but I'm happy to be here now and excited to be at the Booyah Cup and looking forward to these qualifiers. And this one is always a fun treat. See Mr. Danny Baggish in his new gambler jersey.
You know, we were giving Mr. Baggish trouble with his jacket he wore and had Michael Jordan on it, and he had a Chicago Bulls hat. So, you know, we'll right at it. Just so you know, the on-site qualifiers that are going on for one position.
Yep.
One player for the women's, one player for the men's. Right now, into the top 4 on the winner's side, Nicole Henshaw on one side, Julie Weger on the other side.
Yeah, Nikki Henshaw is a great shot. And, of course, Julie Weger. If you don't know who she is, you should. It's actually really surprising that she has not already qualified for the Booyah Cup. And if I would have saw that bracket with her name in it ahead of time, I'd say that there's probably a good chance that she might be the most known in that list.
Some of the notables for the men's qualifier on site. Right now, Dan Burke is into the top 8 on the winner's side. Aiden Cromwell, Michael Hagnaw.
Mike Hagnaw's here?
Yep.
Yes.
Anthony Duncan. And then we've got Cody Marks. The youngster, 13-year-old Liam Munster still playing on the winner's side. Scotty Miller, Christopher Champagne. Now, there are still action. It's a double elimination on the other side, but that's currently what your notables are into the winner's side of each bracket as we move back into the shootout.
Well, now I know who I'm rooting for this whole way through.
Oh,
Come
Lord.
on, our version of Luke Littler. Come on, Luke. I love it. Man, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy to be sitting alongside you, Will. And Ryan, it's always great to see your face in person.
You know, I have Girl Scout cookies that no longer have your name on it.
Oh, are they Samoas?
Well, I could have got them. I got Do-si-dos and the old Thin Mints.
You didn't get Samoas?
No, but I could.
Then I don't care. So
Well, I could have.
here we go.
Back to the shootout.
Taylor Thaxton, one of my all-time favorite people. She is a firecracker of the line, very textbook on her throw. She played for USA last year in Europe. It might have been 2 years ago with her husband, Carrie, the Axe. But I'm expecting good things out of Taylor this weekend.
Taylor's bringing in her average from her Booyah Cup, 3.44 on the cricket, 31.09. One of the little higher ones for the 0-1. So definitely a crackerjack. She come in on the 10th position for points, so seating herself better here is her goal with this shootout.
She's falling out into the right number if she's going to fall out. You want to fall in 19s and 17s, that's for sure. There's way worse that you can do. Low ton start for her. And are you the only one that gets the sheet that makes you sound smart the whole
No,
time?
actually, you've got one too, but right now,
Hey, look at that.
The boss is
Oh,
writing yours.
well,
down.
that's cool.
But
I don't need it ever anyway.
Yeah.
I've already memorized that
But
entire
listen,
thing.
But listen, I'm here to make your job that one step further. I provide you with the stats. I provide
sure
you
did.
with the practice.
And the talking with people.
Yeah. Oh well, you know.
I like it. Man, you're everywhere right now.
Yeah, but you know, it's big shoes to fill when you work with Sean Green. You got to make sure you have all your P's and Q's and everything in line. And
You're not
Girl-
wrong, because I'm wrong so often that you have to be able to correct me.
No, but I had Girl Scout cookies. You didn't like what I got. Back to the shootout.
Unlucky
416
there
after
for Taylor.
4 rounds. Can get to that 800 mark. So we set a baseline, Sean.
Yep.
1,000 for the men, 800 for the women.
Okay.
So as you can see, we've only got 2 men and 2 ladies that have reached that baseline or eclipsed it. On our women's side, Caitlin Myers, you see with the 88, just took off and has opened up with the lead over Olivia Terra, 845.
Those are some crazy 8s.
Yeah, Lisa Yee back there at 838. So we got 3 over the line for the 800 on the baseline. The baseline has nothing to do with anything. We just set that number as what to beat.
I like it. And only 2 men have done that so far?
Mr. Bob McCoy leading at 1,058. Elliot Milk,
1,054.
1,054. Third place, 903, Mr. Danny Baggish. As you see, this ticker line comes across the bottom for you.
Didn't it look like Danny was struggling, too, with his 903 or 9, whatever it was?
Well, I think when you settle into one of these shootouts, and we don't do this very often. It's a qualifying round.
You never just put him count
Probably about round 5, round 6. Not happy with where he's at in points. Just didn't know if he even threw high enough was not going to make the line.
You're very excited right now, okay? No, I'm just kidding. It's good. It's actually my own fault.
Oh, wow.
It's really Will's fault. But Taylor trying to climb this leaderboard. She needs to be about perfect from here. And Not going to do that.
Did you curse her?
No, 835 is what she can end up with, unless she does something different than that on the 20s, which I would do if I get aggressive on it. I forget the top score line there. 888, that's right. So she had no chance to do that anyway. Look at this. To get over that 800 mark, like you said, 835, fourth place. A great end, but she is unhappy with those 2 rounds where she only got 1 bowl.
Yeah, that 7th round, 6th and 7th round were not where she wanted it to be.
And I've waited a long time for this. If we switch over to the other board. Well, hello, Pilgrim.
Now I know why you were waiting.
John Pilgrim. Pigworm, which might be the worst nickname in darts, steps up here. I'm sure he's happy that we switched over to his camera for that 111. Hey, but he finds it. Count him on up. 1, 2, 3. And reminder, there is the men's and women's qualifier going out there. So I have to make this. So far I've seen. I want to shout out Juan Vetter. He's wearing the Boom Goes Dynamite jersey, which is very, very exciting to always see that, especially from such a very good phone streamer in Juan Vetter.
Yeah.
John Pilgrim ends with 66 on the last round. 26.88 is not what he was looking for, but oh well. It happens.
Next up for the men, Mr. Cody Brunello.
All right.
Make sure I say that right.
I like the throw right out the gate. And next up on the women's side is
we should have Miss Hunter
Ooh.
Smith.
Hunter Sassy Smith. There's Hunter. I met Hunter playing against her at NDA in Vegas back in 2017. She was in level 2, and it was an all-female team, and that was the only all-female team in level 2. And
how'd it go for you?
well, she is scary as an opponent, especially if you're a nobody like I was and am, you know. But she's a very intense, very competitive player, which I absolutely love to death about her. It's why she is able to perform so well when she needs to, even with unorthodox moves and stuff like that. She's a field thrower, and her competitive way about her is what sends her over the line time to time. We are live here at the Red Dragon Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale. The finale starts at 2 p.m. Central for the ladies, 3 p.m. Eastern, or 3 p.m. Central for the men.
Got a lot of action still to come. We've got the fabulous match between Danny Baggish and Mike Maloney.
Who?
Okay, we have two unknowns that we got off the street. Danny Baggish versus Mike Maloney in a best of 31. 501 split bull double out cricket, alternating starts, alternating formats.
Oh, that's not good. If I'm recognized by my voice from the CDC. But hey, welcome out, Matt. Thanks for calling out the voice. I'll take that. That means it's that terrible.
You get known.
No.
You get known. They know your voice.
Yeah, Danny Baggish, Mike Maloney. I believe I have seen them before on the CSC Challenger Series, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Danny Baggish helped the winner of the WCS. So really, the past 2 champions of Partners Promoting Darts, 2 of the last 3 champions of Partners Promoting Darts, one a women's champion, the other one the Division 1 champion, because we can't say men's.
You can't. I mean, really, you can't. No.
Chrissy Grimmel ruins that for everybody. All right, Hunter stepping up. Definitely going to be a frustrating end to it, no matter what she does here.
Not happy. Not enough bullseye's turn. She can still got one more round. She's looking to improve by another 150.
All right. Well, for those that were looking for Cody Brunello, he ended up with 764 over on that side, and the gentleman himself, Mr. Bob Anderson from Milwaukee, is getting ready to throw on the other side. And listen, just getting my bearings here, arriving at the Darkhorse Classic Booyah Cup I can tell you that it has already exceeded expectations. That finals area is so beautiful.
I haven't seen a finals area like that in the States.
It's second only to the Western New York Shootout because they built an actual saloon.
Well, and you got to give out to the Music City Shootout with their beautiful stage they put up every year. This is incredible. It's incredible for you to see on the stream. It's incredible for the people that are going to be watching in the audience. It's an incredible event. A lot of hard work went into this.
And I feel in a couple of years it's going to be like bleacher seating behind the players.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
This is Bob Anderson. Plays on a black saddle.
So, I've known Bob Anderson for a lot of years playing darts against him. Big Milwaukee Brewers fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Always wears the hat.
Always wears the hat. So every time I go to the St. Louis Cardinals game, take a picture of the scoreboard, send it to Mr. Anderson, and remind him that my St. Louis Cardinals have got more world championships.
There you go.
He's from Green Bay. Way to go.
Green Bay? No way. Well, fine. Well, that's where Black Saddle probably is, so actually I think I got that wrong. Porky, you lie anyway, but you're right about that. Hi,
Bob
Porky, where
Anderson,
are you?
It's little, whatever that is, Wisconsin.
Oh, Samika.
Samika, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Bob's coming in on his Booyah qualifier, 4.49, 30.07 PPD, point per dart.
By the way, I learned how to say that name at the TOC because I had to announce where he was from. Thanks a lot, Bob, for being from there. And I've already forgotten how to pronounce it because I'm pretty sure I said it the wrong way. I think it's
Samiko?
I think it's Swamico.
Swamico.
Yep. But again, I just made that up too, so the chat will let me know. Dennis asking has Baggish and Maloney played yet? We wish. But nope. They still have to come later on here at the Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup. Playing at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern. So like our former CSC start time. Will, are we looking at well, you know, have a mic. Hey, Ryan, are we looking at a preview for the final of the CSC Challenger Series Division 1 with Danny Baggish and Mike Maloney? And if not, why? Who does Jules beat?
Man, that thing's tough to call.
Yes, but I'm putting you on. This is your job. Is to like make these calls.
I don't know. I don't think I don't think it's a preview of the final.
Okay, just say that then.
I'm just sitting here thinking about who's still in the field on the winner side. What's coming in the way? It very well could be, and Maloney is the reigning champion. Soldiers,
he is.
Soldiers
already on the loser side.
Soldiers already on the loser side. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I've called some of those matches now, and who I think is going to win that night doesn't, or who I think is going to overscore or power score don't. I mean, it's anybody's bracket.
So, who you choosing?
They still want me to know who I'm choosing. If I had to choose between the two of them, I'm going to get to Baggish because he's hungry.
Well, no. I just meant like, do you see them both playing in the final? By the way, they have to play each other in the fourth, or
No.
before the King Seat match.
I don't think they're in the final together.
Okay.
I think Maloney is in the final, and Baggish does get knocked out.
Okay. Hey, reminder to tell Danny that later on.
No,
That's
all right,
what
I'm going
Ryan-
to change
Ryan
what I
said.
just said. I'm going to change what I just said. God, I hate when you guys do that. You do
That's
that
so
to me
much
on
fun.
purpose.
Yeah. I also don't think it's going to be the final this season.
I
by
just
the way.
don't. I just don't.
It's it's going to be a great top four match.
Do you know what Rick Hensey told me?
What Rick
He's hoping
Hensey
to make fifth, sixth.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he is. He is in a terrible spot in the
I hope
CSC
it's
Challenger
just
Series
make
right
fifth,
now.
sixth. He goes, have you seen how crazy their averages are?
Well, there you go. Bob Anderson getting it accomplished with a 692. Not going to be what he was looking for. And here is Jessica Melton,
It's Jessica Melton.
new Facebook friend.
For you?
I believe so. I could be making that up too. 663 is where she's at. This is the last round for her.
Syracuse, Utah. Played a 3.44 for her cricket average, 29.61 points per dart with a full bowl for her 0-1 in her qualifier.
Let me look at this. Just confirming. Yep, I can beat 0 of these ladies.
Did you hear how I did
If it was a
today?
best out of 5, I would win none of those matches.
Did you hear how I did today? I lost a nice cricket match by shooting a 5.63 and got destroyed. By the
It could be worse.
7+ that was being thrown off.
It could be worse. You could have had no shot in that leg whatsoever like I would have had. I would have been like, here's my money. I would have complained all the whole time, too, and I would have shot a 2.5, and I would have complained about a 6. Can't believe you shot a 6 here.
You can't believe we shot only a 6.
All right, so here we go. We got Jesse over there on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is going to be
Vanessa Talks.
That's right.
Oh, I thought you knew who she was.
I did, but I was just throwing it to you so you could say
Yeah.
it. Gosh.
Line up right there.
I even gave you a thumb.
I know. I'm not doing my job.
No, I'm just kidding. You're doing an absolutely fantastic job. Guys, thanks for holding down the booth while I arrived. I know that the last few hours for Will have been, what we could consider a nightmare scenario for him, and I'm happy I was not here for that meltdown. And I hope to hear all about it later on.
Yeah, he only told you to turn around and go home, and you're like, no, that traffic's worse.
Well, yeah, it was a good option, but I figured I was closer here by that point anyway.
Scuba Steve, it says, don't worry, I'm only in Division 2. Steve, I didn't even make Division 7.
Well, that's because the 1 year qualified you didn't play.
Well,
Some sort of health issue or something.
I only had a heart attack.
Excuses are like heart attacks. For you. Happens every year.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just kidding.
I've had 4. If you people
Have
don't know
you?
it. I have had 4 episodes on my heart that required surgery.
So what
or
you're
some
telling me
procedure.
is that I'm sitting next to a superhuman. All right. Vanessa, step it up. And look at this. This is what Vanessa can do. We'll hop on that last start to drop a little bit low, but 331 after the halfway point. Huh? And again, Jesse's over there on the other board. And that is the Jesse Johnson Wisconsinite. One for Vanessa there. I like this. It's a game that we play for fun, right? You only have 1 credit in the machine, and I don't know, maybe your location only has 1 game total. That's 1 credit, and it's going to be that count up.
Yeah, that's.
And that's what you're forced into playing that and then you see who else is on the board, and it's all player 1, player 1, player 1, player 1.
I use this game as the warm up.
Yeah. Or if you're like me and there's 1 guy who plays count up all the time, so he has all the numbers. Well, good for you.
Well, we had 1 guy go pull out the count up, and 1080 did everything, and so you can never beat his score.
You don't have to call me out like that.
Well, I didn't say you were finger punching the board. Bullseye,
Look at this.
bullseye.
Gets into the 600s there with that hat trick at the end. 622. Not a bad score at all.
On the women's side right now, still leading, Caitlin Myers, 888.
Here is Jesse. I mean, you want to talk about one of the smoothest actions in the game. I don't even know how the dart flies into the 20 with how just non-aggressive his follow-through looks. He just times that release so perfectly.
He finished 3rd in today's Filthy Assassin qualifier. Was taken out by Spellman. We did best Spellman on the front side, but Spellman bested him on the back side.
Let me guess. Alex is wearing cargo shorts today?
No.
No?
No.
Wow. He's dressed up fancy. He's a man who loves his shorts.
I bet.
One time I saw him outside of his shorts in London was when he was playing on stage. Jesse, trying to end on a strong note. 7:31. Still got a lot of great shooters heading your way. Still upcoming. Brett Hollanday, Alex Spellman, the aforementioned, Dustin Holt, and then After that, I'm just going to let you read them since you keep scrolling away from them.
No, I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
No, Mike Carter and then Demery Lawrence is the next 4 on deck.
And then for the ladies?
Liz Steinen, Abby Spot, followed up by the final of Paula Murphy.
If Peter Cetera wasn't from there, I would say that this is Chicago's finest.
I definitely put her to eclipse that 888 mark.
Liz is going to go into tomorrow as one of the favorites, and she should be. You saw her win a lot of the qualifiers. I mean, she's just an absolutely fantastic shot, and when she's on and hitting, it doesn't seem like she's going to miss. And you see when she does miss, it's by 1 hole.
Liz Stein, the number 5 seed, coming out of Chicago, Illinois. Her cricket average in her qualifiers, 3.93 points per dart in her 0-1, 31.15. Pretty salty.
And how many did she play? Is that also tell you how
Yeah,
many
tell
they
me
played
she
in?
played into. Tell you how many she won.
Well, good. She only played in the first. Well, she played in the last 4. She played in, got 15 points, 10, and then 10. So you guys all know what that means. You don't need me to explain that to you because I don't know. What does that mean, Ryan?
No clue. I just read it off the sheet.
Perfect.
I think it's 20 points for the win.
Oh, 20. Okay, cool. 15 second. Cool. So she did not win any, but that lie was good for a second or two.
Speaking of the
Oh.
another low ton.
Just falls right.
6:26, 2 rounds to go.
Yep, she's got a chance here. Yep, 2 seconds and 2/3. Yeah, her worst finish was 3rd in a qualifier. And again, got into them late. Only played the last 4, and still ended up the 5 seed.
Yeah. That's,
Real
once
shot
you're
here.
qualified, you got to continue to play because it's your seed through the order of merit. That's why CLA's good played several of them.
The fun thing about this is that she has to go treble 20 on the last dart. Bullseye, bullseye, triple 20 will give her the lead, but bullseye, bullseye, bullseye will put her behind 9 points.
Let's see what she does.
She knows it. She did the math. She went for
went
it early,
She went early.
which I like. You got to hit it at some point.
849.
849 is darn good. And we head on over to Brett Hollanday. CSC champion for Division II in Season 3. Season 4. One of those two.
On the ladies next, we should have Abby Spot.
Scott's here. Yeah. Inside joke. Sorry. Actually, I made a comment on one of Abby's posts, and my wife screenshotted it and goes, you need to revise your comment because I called her Scott. And she didn't know that was an inside joke. She goes, oh, ha, ha, ha. All right, so 864 from Brett. And that was kind of just a quiet, good score. And, well, if you're very superstitious and you like Metallica, you love the walk-on of the next person, Mr. Alex Spellman should be heading to the board. But Abby Spot should also be taking her spot over there on the other side. Just kidding. Paula Murphy throwing in a little bit of a...
She may not be here. Okay. We don't have that confirmation that she's not here.
I'm going to go ahead and guess she's probably not, since Paula's going strong. Nick says, now Mike versus Danny? Well, nope, calm down. All right, that's at 8:30 again, Central Time, 9:30 Eastern. There's Alex. He does look really dapper today. Okay. Shocker. Okay. Okay, so I have to ask this, and I need to do so because I think that this is probably true. Paula has the color coordination down to a T of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
You know, I didn't think of the reference till you said that.
With the red hair, too.
Red hair,
It's
yeah.
got to be. There's no coincidence there, right? There might be, but and she might kill me for even pointing that out.
You said that, I didn't.
But I love it if that was even on accident. It looks great.
Speaking of what looks great is her bullseyes have been great.
Of course. It's Paula freaking Murphy.
She's thrown a dart or two.
Paula's bored right now throwing at bowls.
Yeah, she's scored with a 629 after 5 rounds.
She is. She's like, what was it, 888? Man, I can do that with two rounds left to go. There we go, 745. Definitely doable. Just needs a hat trick. And, well, she only needs a hat trick in the next 6 darts. She's going to get this lead.
I think she'll get this lead. Also, she comes in as the 15th person on the points list. By finishing with the highest round, she will be the number 9 overall seed because the first 8 are already seeded.
Good news for Vanessa. She's so excited right now. That's a tough draw, to say the least, right there.
817, 1 round to go. 888 is the top line score for the ladies.
I bet she gets it after the second dart. Just kidding. Ooh, that was almost a huge commentator's curse if she didn't get it.
Listen, if she missed into the 1, I'd be like, wow.
Well, reminder, guys, don't tell Paula what I said if you think that she's going to be upset by that. Otherwise, brilliant color coordination. Here is my favorite for the Booyah Cup tomorrow, and I think it's, honestly, I don't even consider anyone else on the same level here as Alex Bowman.
I do not think Spellman wins.
I know. We talked about this on Wednesday. And actually, I do consider, obviously, there's quite a few very talented players here. And I don't mean any disrespect when I say that. I was just trying hyperbole there for a second.
I don't know. I mean, it's all going to be about.
He's going to be tough.
It's going to be about timing and rhythm. And kudos if he does. It's the field is too hard to call.
Alex is not going to be happy because he's not in contention right here. But at the same time, he also is one of those players that it's an intensive focus or there's not much focus there. And for something like a count-up thing.
Alex played 1 qualifier.
Just to qualify and won it.
He came in today with his qualifier.
Still gets over 1,000.
His qualifier average 5.71, 39.48.
That's pretty darn good if you ask me.
Yeah, that's the highest average qualified. No, Maloney was 5.8.
I was about to say, I didn't think that was probably the case.
And then a good third was 5.63 for Baggish.
All right, well, we're going to head to a quick ad break here to hear from our sponsors so we don't get fired. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart back at the L-Style Shootout for the Booyah Cup and Darkhorse Classic right after this.
L-Style Lip Point Premium 30s. So first, the improved patent non-loosening threading, amazing. You don't have to worry about them coming loose. You're in the middle of a match. Last thing you want to do is fumble around with your darts trying to tighten down the points to the barrel, and another thing added on to the chaos. Basically, the next thing after that would be the material, the hardened technology that they use for these points and how thick they are. Basically, less bendable and stays to form pretty true. I haven't seen a single one break yet, including like the Lip Point Premium shorts that I did a review on before. Also very strong, same material. Definitely recommend that one. Other than that, I mean, big thing for some people that they don't think about is it helps give more surface area for grip. You know, some people like to rest their finger on the point of the barrel and gives them a little extra surface area to cover with that longer point. Tighter grouping, which can help when entering into the board. Gives you more space to lay into the bed of the target. And yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, steel tip players, this is your favorite go-to item now, I would say, moving forward.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Dustin Holt leads us off here once again as we get underway. Those two Yoo-Hoos jumped out of the box as soon as they could to grab a drink, so I figured I'd take you along the way with Dustin Holt. A quality shot, no denying that one. He's capable of winning this bad boy today, I believe. He's capable of a lot of things. He's capable of winning the Booyah Cup tomorrow if he just puts his mind to it, can brush off those maybe legs that he should have won but lost, those big hits. If he can brush off the small ones, he should be okay. And you can see he's a little upset here. He's one, and that's why I say it. He's one of those individuals who takes those misses to heart, and it kind of eats at him a little bit, I think. So we'll see if he can kind of right the ship here. Just grab that one, you're good. But we'll see. So far, he's middle of the pack at best here.
Every time I share headsets with you guys, I realize how big or how small my head is.
And how, well, my head's small, bud. I got the smallest one of us all, let's be honest. No brains in there.
I'm just going to keep my comments to myself.
Yeah,
if
I
you
would.
can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And I would hate to have to disagree with you, buddy, which is not nice to do.
That's not nice at all. That's not nice at all. A big shout out to some of our sponsors. We'll put up that the graphic here in a minute. Yeah, I saw that.
All right, good. At least I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, definitely. So this is your Shaggy reference. Won over a lot of people in the chat. It looks
Oh.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Not happy with himself on that one.
There's no reason to do that for this fun little qualifier here, bud.
No.
I'm just kidding. He's super competitive. He's going to do whatever he wants to do.
Well, that's exactly what it is. I was just kind of mentioning that. He's perfectly capable of winning this one. He's perfectly capable of winning the Booyah Cup. It's just maintaining himself on those ones that he loses.
Dustin is an extremely talented dart player. He's going to be one of the most talented players in the dart room tomorrow.
And you said dart player because he plays both steel and soft.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
started doing that. So,
well, and he's been impressive at both. And you don't really expect any different. He travels all the time. He plays as much as he can, and there's sometimes that frustration happens, and sometimes he's able to get through it.
Indeed. Well, give us a moment here. It looks like we're just going to have a second before our players come up.
Later on tonight, Danny Baggish, Mike Maloney, mic'd up for USA Darts. The best of 31 legs, 501 single bowl, double out, and cricket is what they're going to play. Yeah. And the format is a typical format where it would be 0-1 cricket, 0-1, 0-1 cricket, so that they're not starting the same thing every other leg.
Yep. Looking forward to this matchup. It should be a doozy of a quality affair. Once we said these guys will be mic'd up. How about 9 legs will be mic'd up, and we'll kind of maybe mute ourselves a little bit and just let you listen in.
A reminder for me to tell Mike Maloney that there's been a new update to the format. It is PBD player advantage rule.
He'll love
if a player is down 3 or more
that.
legs, they will continue to go first until that deficit is reduced to 2 legs.
Oh, that's great. That's beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and we'll let this leg play out, and then we'll switch on over and let Ryan back into the booth here.
Money Mike Carter stepping on up here.
Yeah, Money Mike coming with Alyssa this weekend. Alyssa's trying to qualify via the on-site qualifier.
Well, that's going to be another one of those talented players that's in the field. But it looks like Monique Johnson, Julie Weger, and Becky Nihadio, and Nikki Henshaw. That's a 1-1 scoreline to 1-0. And if we're looking on the qualifier side here, and we don't get dizzy from things moving quickly around us, Eric Bolzine is sitting there, and Mike Hagenow is waiting in the top 4 spot. And we're just waiting on a couple other players that Ryan might show me, might not. We'll see what he's feeling like later on. Paul Lucas Dan Burke going on right now. Is that the name that I just made up a name, didn't I? Scotty Miller and Cody Marks. Go back up to the top. I think I just couldn't read from that far away, the tiny thing.
Scotty Miller, a massive name here in Wisconsin.
Lucas Purcell, that's who that was. I was like, I know exactly that I messed that up real bad. What did I call him? I don't know, but that's a new nickname. All right.
Luke, one of those individuals in the CSC this year, too.
Yep.
So, CSC, for those that are wondering, that is our
Cricket Singles Challenger
Yeah.
Series for Partners Promoting Darts that we do every Monday and Wednesday. 9:30 Eastern, or 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central start time. Tournament that plays once a week. And a lot of familiar faces
yes.
here that are qualified for that Booyah Cup, that are also qualified for the CSC Challenger Series in Division 1 and Division 2.
Definitely so. While we're talking CSC and whatnot, how about the CDC Cross-Border Challenge?
Oh,
April
yeah.
12th, 13th.
Yep.
That's going to be a fantastic event there in Michigan City, Indiana.
The venue's beautiful.
And if you're in this area, why not go? It's not too far away. Couple-hour trek, maybe 3 max. Enjoy it.
Just by the way, I just want to point out to anyone who had a problem with what Dustin Holt did, right? Mike Carter did the exact same thing, only just with a little less like force behind it. So that's why, I mean, they just did the exact same thing. So there's really, like, you can't call out one without calling out the other. I just want to make that perfectly clear that I'm not calling out either one. If you can't win it, why does it matter? Because those guys are already in the top half of the bracket, so their actual scoreline doesn't matter. They played in this specifically to see if they could win money.
And
Except for Mike Carter.
I want to think that our ladies are done. I'm going to just double-check, but it looks like our ladies may be done.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass this over. We'll do the microphone switch here. Do.
And here is Demery Lawrence. And I just startled myself in my headset. Yours is way lower than mine is.
It's because I got a big mouth.
Well, all right.
Demery Lawrence beat the tar out of me in the Filthy Assassin qualifier. It wasn't even funny.
Well, I'm sure it was funny for him.
Man, it was not funny because I thought I was playing well.
He has a couple of third-place finishes in qualifiers, qualifier 2 and 4. Puts him at the 11 seed heading into this. So this, again, is another player that's just trying to win this, get the high score. The women are done, which means Paula Murphy did steal it at the end. Darn her. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Gets it done. And Demery needs to pick up the pace a lot here.
According to our schedule, after Demery, we should have Chris Watson, Garrett Kowski, Kevin Luke, Jason Watt.
Dave Collette in the chat saying finally made it, Sean. Yes, I did. That's picking up the pace. That was a smart adjustment after the first round.
In the chat, so this is a qualifying round for seeding. Some people have asked this. What they do is the highest scores go into the chart. The first 16 players that qualified in for the men from order of merit. The next 16, this is setting their positioning. If they're already seeded, they're playing for X amount of money. It's kind of like qualifying for a race or something like that.
And a reminder that already qualified for the Booyah Cup in the 16th seed is a young gentleman named Mason Sasser. 14 years old, correct? 15?
17.
He's 17 now?
17's Mason.
Time flies when you're having fun. 17 years old. And then we have a 13-year-old that's also...
That's currently competing, and I'm actually looking to see where... Maybe
he is
Mason
15.
Okay.
I know he wasn't 17. Did you really just correct me and you had no idea?
It was bad.
That's impressive.
It was impressive for me to be bad.
There he is, Liam Musser.
Liam Musser, yep. Still going on board 26, playing Ronnie Cole right now.
Shay Cole is the better half of that duo. And Josh Lisi. There's still a lot of time going on here in the men's on-site qualifier.
Yeah, there's a lot of players still going. Jake Smith's still going. Joe Beecroft, Jake Schreiber are playing right now. It's a lot still going on that backside. Front side's what we've been focusing on. Who's going to get to the king seat? And then, because it's only going to take one. One player from all this is going to play tomorrow.
Well, I can tell you, Mike Hagenow is from the same area thereabouts as Randy Fern, Magneto Darts. He is a sponsored Magneto Dart player, is Mike. Former Indiana state champion, Masters A state champion for singles combo, which is not something that a lot of people have been able to do the last 4 years, 5 years with Lee Jones and Mac Feely. The only one to do that one this year, that's Mr. Ryan Farrell. Edie, as he's known in the dart community.
We do have a women's queen seat match. Go ahead and call that one out, Mr. Sean.
Yeah, you got Julie Weger, socks and boots and all, taking on Nikki Henshaw, who I believe is probably still rocking her blue hair. She is a very colorful individual and usually dyes her hair pretty bright colors, so you can always know where she is.
That's what's going on. Our queen seat match is underway on board 9.
And this is the bar darter, Mr. Chris Watson. Phoenix, Arizona, plays out of Bull Shooters and Tom Ryan's. You good? Chris Watson, former CSC Division II champion, and he became quickly a fan favorite of the CSC.
Chris Watson comes in from his qualifier averages 4.29, 29.74 PPD. That's a split bowl, remind you.
Yep.
Chris played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 qualifiers.
And he is coming in as what seed number?
He's not. He won't be currently unseated.
Okay.
But
So we'll have one after this.
You'll have one after this is done. Yes.
So I'm looking at the top of the list, right? And I'm looking at the list of the top 16. There's not a name on there that I'm excited to draw as in the qual. You know, like I was like who would I want to play? And I'm like nope. So, and the other side of the bracket, in a lot of ways, is just as talented, to say the least.
I don't want to play in these guys.
No, that's why we're back here.
No kidding.
Although you tried to play these guys.
Well, yeah.
What an idiot.
Played a lot of them before, but yeah. I haven't played like that in a few years.
Well,
I love to play. And I've been playing locally and doing everything locally. The traveling days are kind of limited right now.
how's the grandchild?
Which one? I have 7 now.
I know, but how's the youngest? You knew what I meant.
The youngest is 3 weeks old.
My goodness.
And the second youngest
Which is what I meant.
6 months.
All right.
Who looks like a 1-year-old because his daddy is 6'5". Then I've
With
got
an 8-foot mullet.
With an 8-foot mullet. I've got 2 granddaughters, 1, 2, 1, 3. I've got a 6-year-old grandson, and I've got a 8-year-old grandson, and then I've got 1 grandson that's 2 and a half, something like that. I don't know.
I feel like we're in the middle of a Geico commercial because
Well, the caveman don't care.
you just old man me there with with going through all of your grandchildren without naming any of them, by the way.
Speaking of old man,
you just told me their
I'm
ages.
out
Like
there
that was
talking
the
to-
most important stat line.
I'm out there talking to Rick Hinsey, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting old. I'm going to retire." I'm 5 years older than you, Rick.
Exactly. You should have retired 5 years ago.
I should have retired 5 years ago.
All right. Bar darter, Chris is hot and cold with his game, right? And the consistency factor for him has been, I'm sure, a major frustration. And it's been kind of the difference there. And you know what? Honestly, he's been a good player for a long time, but I think after winning the CSC, that sometimes he'll throw some extra pressure on you now that you're a known
also
player and
life itself
and all of
does-
that. And life,
Yeah.
100% can do that.
We've seen
But-
how it happens.
Still, one of the only players I can say has stayed after a stream's over and thrown doubles with us for quite a while. Fantastic guy. And the guy is like fun to hang out with. The person you see in the background on the stream always is the same Chris Watson in person. I'm sure he has a bucket of beer somewhere,
Excellent. Good to hear.
if not two. So here we go, stepping up. A reminder, tonight, we're going to finish out this L-Style Shootout here at the Booyah Cup and Darkhorse Classic. 675 there from the bar darter. Does a little wave off there, but that's not bad. The good news is John Pilgrim has pretty much already assured himself the worst score. At least that's what he said. I'm just going with it. Oh, never mind. Yay, Pilgrim. Second worst. Here is Garrett Rakowski. Winmore sponsored player, Mr. Garrett Rakowski.
The bullet.
Yeah, he's called that because his darts fly extremely fast and extremely straight. You want to talk about one of the most basic, beautiful shots in the game. Boom. You can see just an absolute statue with everything in his body except for the arm.
Did you notice those mats? See those mats?
Love them.
You know, if you want to get a raised hockey in your house but not have to actually install it to the wall, get one of these mats. These mats are so awesome.
It's nice to know that they're human right out the gate. He threw a Sean round to start it off. Going to need to pick up the pace there if he wants to.
24 ain't going to do it, that's for sure. There's a pace starter.
Yeah, and more what we are going to see out of him more often than not. Garrett coming into this Booyah Cup with an average of a 4.73. .22 top 16, or on the 22nd one he was top 16, 2030 he was 5th, 6th. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Exactly.
He's rocking some facial hair.
He's got that dad look.
Well, we all get that dad look. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's got 3 kids. His youngest maybe around 2 or 3. Not 100%.
Please talk to me about his kids and their ages.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with you
dad,
so much.
He's got that dad look.
Sorry, I asked you a question, and you went into grandpa mode hard.
I went into grandpa mode hard. Look, life's a little different when you're grandpa. I could send him home at night.
Man, I have no idea what that feels like because I'm 36 years old.
Yeah, well, I'm a lot older. I'll move on.
Just thought I'd remind you.
Well, I mean, it's funny because you were the old man until I came along because, Will's like, what, 21 now? Are you 22? He's 32. Will Stewart.
Yeah, haven't you seen his hair starting to thin out a little bit?
Have you seen my hair?
Well,
back to Gary Rakowski.
We're allowed to talk about things like that
587.
We know the worst.
Oh, only manages 607.
That's why we're both wearing a hat.
180 to get himself.
You don't talk over me. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so Garrett stepping up here in the last round.
I'm still getting a hard time for that.
.690 from Garrett, and he does a little celebratory fist pump for the 690. He knows that a lot of dart players in the hall there can best that in 8 rounds. But, hey, that's happened sometimes. We got Kevin Luke. Oh, we still got a lot left to go on the men's side.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to kick him off, though. It's 8:32.
Yeah, I know, right?
We have a mic'd up thing that we're going to have happen. I'm just kidding. I believe that they will just stay with us. Why don't we just do 2 at a time here at the end? You got 2 boards available. Let's just do that bad boy.
Sweet. I'm all about it.
Come on, mustache. Let's get it going.
It's a Mario.
This is your idea. You better pick up the pace here. I know he won't do that. Why would he do something like that? All right, here's Kevin.
Hey,
Nice to see him not with the matching outfit today.
Somebody says FKL over 1,000, Shane. Let's see what Shane's prediction is. All right, Shane, give me a number. If it's over 1,000, give me a number.
That's pretty good. Over 1,000.
Well, just give me a number.
What do you want from him?
1,024, 1,058.
What's the max?
How
do you not know that?
1,058, I think, right now is
No. I don't care about that top score. I want the max that you can ever get. 180 times 8. What is it?
You're the math teacher. I know you teach English. Here we go. FKL.
1440. Thank you.
Well, see, I have the education of moving forward back into KL, 140 to start. 1,011 is predicted.
Ooh.
1,011. Let's see how close he gets.
He's going to be very upset he gets 1,011. Because that's meaningless. But ton to follow the 140. He's in a little bit of rhythm here. And he's gone. Sorry, this is the timing of what I said versus then what his action was great. All right, he's back.
He changed darts. He did a Peter Wright.
Different dart, same result. If that was the case.
100.
All right. Yeah, you can see him. He's starting to force it a little bit more, and that's what happens after, you don't get a 180 in the first couple rounds, and you're hoping for 2 of those in the first few rounds to kind of give yourself a little bit of a head start. So now he's working from behind here. All right, when did we talk to Shane about his prediction?
Mike Wallace, 976. So we have a 1011, we have a 976. You can't predict now. Predictions are over. No more betting. I predicted 618 after a 6.
Let me ask you a question, because on our show, the Siege, we have a castle count up, and we have our guest host throw 9 darts, and they do a count up score. I currently have the worst score ever, so don't talk to me about this, but it's so weird. This format, 8 rounds, it's just you at the start board. You don't get any do-overs. If you miss, you miss. It's a weird, tough pressure that they're not used to.
It is. So when we did the Darts Live thing years ago, they had that they had a thing called a shootout that was, around. It's like doing around the world, and it was weird scoring too. So it's kind of following from that old track, but straight scoring. Just need 8 to go up and score 8 rounds, and you think, I can hit 1,200, and we have nobody hit it yet.
Shane, I'll say ish if you stretch out that ish just quite a bit further.
Ish. He's laughing at you now.
All right. There is BDG, Mr. Jason Watt, who I've yet to actually talk to, but I'm so excited to see him this weekend. Red Dragon sponsored player.
As Red Dragon and works as the United States, get me wrong, representative for Winmore.
And if you don't think that what he is doing and connecting North Americans to Winmore is not a big deal, then you are sadly mistaken.
You got that right. Winmore is moving forward into the States with more and more exciting action. It's neat to see them coming over here, sponsoring players, bringing the Red Dragon brand with them. And it's exciting.
Sponsoring the movie.
Sponsoring the movie, which I do believe you have a pretty cool part.
I don't know. I kind of play your role.
I know.
So I don't know how cool that is, but we'll see how it goes.
You just follow me.
I'm definitely
act like me. You're going to sell tickets.
I might during the broadcast try and talk about my kids' ages, and
there you go,
and all that good stuff. I think you gave me a good funny thing there.
Dude, you know what? Let's add a Bob Uecker liquor to it. Moving back into Jason Watt.
I feel like you've already read the script. All right, so Watt steps up here. 6'7", and that's being
ish
on the low side, I'm sure. I mean, you can't miss this guy in a room unless he's standing next to Tyler Hensey and Rick Hensey. They are definitely our power forwards and centers of the dart community.
That is correct. Offensive line.
You know which one of the 3 of them we wouldn't start?
Which one do you not start?
Tyler.
Why?
He has one hand. Probably not very good for basketball. And yeah, I had to say that just for him.
Han Solo.
Although give that kid a dart, and my goodness, he
You
can't
better
miss.
You better watch out. You watch out. That kid is going to be extremely good for a long time.
So we have 2 teenagers confirmed in the field. That's Tyler Hensey and that's Mason Sasser. I'm sure Mason's 15. I know he has not grown 3 years in 1 year span since I first heard of him.
He has grown like a foot in the past 6 months.
That's not surprising. And then, of course, Tyler is just – he's shredding Division II of the CSC Challenger Series this season right now. All right, Jason's last round here. 541 is where he's at. And the smile, the right smile is, I don't want to get last. And that he's going to breathe a sigh of relief here in just a second. There we go.
Make that thing a 180. That is not last.
Is it not? What is the lowest score? 606? Okay. So he did beat that, and that's why he was smiling there at the end. He's like, please, for the love of God, at least do that.
He's in front of Chris Watson, but behind Garrett Rikowski.
All right. And here is the 15-year-old, Mr. Mason Sasser. Thanks, Kyle, for getting it figured out here. First time seeing Mason play in person.
Chris Lim says hi.
Hey, Chris. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Mike Carter says he blames the Wisconsin cold. It is cold up here.
Look at this. I'm telling you, this kid is darn talented. 15 years old coming into this. 4.13 MPR. I don't think I've ever averaged a game of that. And a 28.7 heading into this bad boy. He would have qualified last year if he would have been here at the age of 14. But you can see the 15-year-old nerves coming out there on that first start.
Yeah, definitely nervy on that first round.
They just need to settle in now. Again, I'm telling you, it's a weird, different pressure, this cricket, or this count-up.
It is. It's the simplicity of it makes it harder than people realize. It is a simple game. Just go up there and score.
I'm really surprised so many people want to watch Danny Baggish and Mike Maloney play each other.
I only drove up here for that.
I tried to be later, so I missed it.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited
good
for their match.
Excited to hear them mic'd up. I'm excited to just – I know that they're going to put a lot of effort into beating each other. And sometimes, especially with players like of this caliber, pride is maybe one of the biggest motivators into how someone plays.
Well, so this is a platform that gives them plenty of space to play their game.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of legs. Alternating starts in the 0-1s in cricket, split bull 501. You know, if you could come out red hot in the first 6 or 7 legs and then go cold for 10 or 12. I mean, it is a marathon. The talent will be thrown out as the fatigue sets in, and it's going to come down to your muscle memory, your years on your board, how to watch for mistakes, not make mistakes. I mean, best of 31. That's a lot of legs.
You're not wrong there. I just want to point out real quick the maturity that we just saw there from Mason Sasser. To take his time, take a step back. He's obviously not throwing the way that he wants to throw right now. And for him to just settle down a little bit, then throws right into the treble. Oh, but what I was going to say earlier is there is a gentleman here that is wearing a Boom Boom Room jersey from X1 Elite.
I did see that.
And that is my father-in-law's jersey for his the garage. We call it the Boom Boom Room. And so it's so weird to see that in Wisconsin.
I seen that, and I was like, hey, that's a nice jersey.
I was like, I don't think I know that person at all. And if I do, don't tell them that I don't think I know them at all. But I've never seen someone not a friend of John's wear that jersey. I don't even own that jersey. But my wife does. She wears it all the time. That's how I was able to recognize it. And, of course, Juan Vetter. The best-looking guy in the room tonight. With that Boom Goes the Dynamite jersey.
Where's yours?
It is in a suitcase in the car.
Gotcha. I'm excited to see you wear it and listen to all the booms that are going to be announced this weekend.
Well, remember, it's been changed to Booyah goes the dynamite this weekend.
I don't care as long as you say it.
As long as I'm not going to get fined money every time that happens. All right, he just smiled at me, so I'm still not sure.
Booyah goes the dynamite.
Well, Mason not going to get above that 600 mark. But if that's the worst thing that happens to him this weekend, is that right there, he's going to be just fine. Mm-hmm. And he is already locked in as a 16 seed, so that does not matter.
No, I was just playing for money.
Yep.
Next three up, Rick Kinsey, David Fadiman, and I want to butcher this, Darian Kobe?
Yeah, Akabe.
All right.
I think it's a Kobe, actually.
I mean, I don't know. I know it's Darian. I don't know the last name real well.
All right, so while we're waiting for Mr. Rick Kinsey to make his way to the board, we're going to go ahead and cut to an ad break real quick. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart here at the L-Style Shootout as a part of the Booyah Cup finale and Darkhorse Classic. We'll be right back after this.
This game is going to be key. You can tell by the way they're scoring. There may be nothing in it. One man misses, does the other man get? Yes! Double 12! That is the most amazing Lanyards you will ever see in your life! I can't stay! Double 12! And the 9 Dark King lands another one! Covered by Team Michael. Double 12! Back going! Miracle back going! Luke Humphries, the ascension is complete. Incredible stuff. The world number one is world champion.
Alrighty, everybody. Rick Kinsey gets underway in his count-up leg. As newly Winmore-sponsored player, one of those 5 or 6 people that got signed on.
Rick Kinsey comes in as he is the 9 seed. He played in 5 qualifiers. Little Falls, Minnesota, if you don't know, 5.22 qualifier average, 35.03 PP dart.
A good question in the chat. Scott says, why not use both boards? Well, it's a disadvantage to use both boards because you're trying to beat everybody. And let's say that one person puts in a score next to you and maybe you don't see it. You don't know technically the highest score there. So it's very difficult. I can see why they're just playing it out on one rather than moving to the 2. So that's the reason why they've not elected to use both boards here after the women finished up.
Speaking of ladies, I've got a current queen seat match going on between Julie Weger and Nicole Henshaw. Julie up 2-1, best of 5.
Appreciate that.
Remember, only one man and one lady will make it in tomorrow's Booyah Cup finale. One man, one lady will make it in tomorrow's Booyah Cup final. Currently, Lucas Pritzel is sitting in the king seat, or is sitting to play the king seat. He is still waiting on a few opponents to finish up and meet him.
So that'd be either Scotty Miller, Cody Marks, or
Eric Bobzine.
Yeah, Eric Bobzine. 9 Mark Bobzine, as we've called him. Well, Hinsey, after 7 rounds, 741, not going to be able to top the table. As he's chatting back there with a few individuals, saying, I'm showing you what not to do.
You know, it's crazy because I've sat here and watched this I'll see everyone go up there and play this game in front of everybody. It's a simple game. And there's been several of them that have just been frustrated.
It's very tough. The pressure's on, one leg, and everybody's watching you, you feel like. So, coulda, shoulda, woulda is how you feel. As Rick Kinsey will give us an 8-26 scoreline, and David Fathom will step up.
Just to give you another update, into the finale of the women's qualifier, Julie Weger 3-1 over Nicole. So she will wait for that backside to catch up to her, but she now holds the queen seat for the opportunity to play tomorrow in the Booyah Cup.
Love it. Love it. Reminder, 2 p.m. is when that starts tomorrow afternoon for the women, 3 p.m. for the men. Aaron Jalbert, what's going on, sir? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
That's a good group up there with Jalbert.
Definitely so. He's playing well lately, too. And his
daughter,
daughter's been really killing it. Love seeing that.
Give away second place this year in the Nationals 501.
Reminder, this is coming your way here shortly. I know it says 8 p.m. Central. That is definitely a wrongdoing on my part. Sorry, folks, as we're going to head back on over to David Fathom, who only scores 28.
Darren Akobe is up following David Fathom. Ryan Gervis still left to throw. Joey Mann still left to throw. Mike Maloney left to throw. And today's Filthy Assassin qualifier winner, Mark McGrain, to wrap us up.
David not having the best of go. He may be, let's be honest, he may, I don't know how to put this, he's not feeling too confident in himself right now. I guess he had burned his finger or something the other night, so maybe that's causing a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, he's got, I don't know, I mean, you guys can't see it. I gave him some wax to help with it, but his hands are blistered up pretty bad.
That can cause some issues for sure, especially on your throwing hand.
Mm-hmm. So he'll get the feel for the game. He's got the experience. Oh, he needs to go fix that score.
He will have to, as he'll say, back it up, back it up.
Jeremy's coming up there.
Just making sure. Look at them locks from Jeremy trying to grow the old mullet. Next thing we know, it'll be Danny Anson. Oh, what?
Yeah, speaking of mullet.
He'll be playing tomorrow on the Modus Super Series.
Tune into YouTube tomorrow around 12:30, and you'll go live. He's in the final 6 to win Series 7, week number 2. Looking to win that and then move into the Champions finale on Senior 7. So if you've never watched the Modus, it's really cool to watch. A lot of good darts.
If you're a little confused why we mentioned Danny and why that's kind of outlandish, Ryan's, well, his kind of stepdad, so it works out. That's the reason why we mention it. 665 for Fathom. Not happy with the scoreline, but, I mean, it's to be expected with what he's dealing with.
Yeah,
so.
Those blisters are pretty good. Hopefully they'll be healed up better for tomorrow. I know he was doing some treatments.
Darian Ackaby will step in.
Darren Ackaby. Well, what do we know about Darren?
Darian, quality shot last year on the count-up. He actually finished top 5, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Really made a good little stand. I'm
going to let Sean announce how to say that one, unless Jeremy can tell me. How do you say? Is that Natawash, Minnesota. 4.09 average with a 28.78 point per dart.
Boy, I'm glad that was you that mentioned that instead of me, because I would have butchered it, bud.
Oh.
Well, Darian stepping in, 76 to start us off. We only have a few more individuals, if I'm not mistaken. What, couple?
4 left. Next, Ryan Gervis, then Joey Mann, Mike Maloney, Mark McGrain.
That's Ryan Gervais, just to help you out there. We found that out the hard way last year.
Okay, Gervais. Yeah.
We found it out the hard way last year, bud. Don't worry. As there's a good one from Darian. Once again, I said he finished well last year in the count-up. Can he be set for one again?
We will be streaming that Baggish Maloney match next.
Funny.
And just so you know that Danny Jensen, I'm his father-in-law, not stepdad.
Father-in-law, well, it's pretty much. Whatever, same thing.
I have got a beautiful grandson.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Thanks to my daughter.
Dion Hackabee just messaged me and said, hey, bud, I'll tell you how to say our name later. Our town's name, so he's watching in. Love that. It does that every once in a while. Well, some unfortunate darts there in the middle rounds. So it kind of went from a promising look to kind of middle of the pack here now. See if we can hammer in a big number to put him in that middle pack, or if he's going to end up at the kind of more of the bottom. There we go.
One more.
There we go. Way to finish it up. 782 for him. As Ryan Gervais will step in next. Just a reminder, this is the L-Style Shootout, brought to you by L-Style. Go check out some of their supplies, whether it be shafts, lights, and so much more. Go check them out. BooyahDarts.com has you covered with some of that merchandise.
You've already been over there to purchase from Booyah?
Oh, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Got good stuff over
I'm telling you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Ryan, what you fancy here, bud?
902. You'll surprise us. Trip 20. So you got a third?
Yeah, he certainly does. Great shot from Ryan. And I love how Sean just abandoned ship on us. Did you notice that? Just left?
Sean who? All right. Mr. Ryan, he is in from Ashland, Wisconsin.
Yep.
4.59, 32.97. And almost had the second 1080 in a row.
Finished top 12 in last year's Booyah Cup. We've only got a couple more competitors here to round out our 31-person bracket. Oh, there he is. He just says, sorry. That's all he says. Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Trent Wagner, the high shot is Bob McCoy, 1,058.
My goodness. If one more person asks for the Baggish match, I'm going to block every one of you. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Danny Baggish, Mike Maloney will be happening after this count-up. It's going a little bit longer than we anticipated. Hold tight. They canceled it. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm kidding. They'll be up after this one. We're going to refresh our feed with a new link for you guys, so look out for that update on our Facebook and YouTube pages so you can watch that best of 31 matchup between Danny Baggish and Mike Maloney.
Speaking of Mike Maloney, he's up in a second.
Yeah, he should be coming up for his count up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Mann, Mike Maloney, and then Mark
So Joey Mann, Mike Maloney, Mark McGrain will round out your L-style shootout here. And there they start. There they start. Saveda, bye. Andy Douglas, bye. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do you guys like that.
Who's Baggish playing? Kenny Windsor.
He's actually playing Will Stewart, so it's going to be bound to be a
well, it's best of 31, so we'll be over 16-0.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He gets 2 darts compared to my 3. By the way, we did witness Danny Baggish do that at TOC last year. Threw a 4.48 with 2 darts in his hand. And beat the person he was playing. Nick DeShera. Nick definitely deserved it. Oh, that's great.
I said 902.
Well, here we go. Ryan. Big one to finish us off.
There you
yes,
go.
Yes, sir. All righty. We'll hand it back on over to the one, the only, the receding Sean Green.
It's going to stick, brother. Well, that'd be the only thing that sticks on top of my hair. It's his hairline, guys.
Hi, guys. Don't we all love Will so much?
Will.
Exactly. All right. So here we go. We actually didn't get asked about Will at all on Wednesday.
No, he
really didn't.
Missed.
Joey Mann will be heading up to the board here. After Joey will be the aforementioned Mike Maloney. And then Mark McGrain will round out the field there.
Yes, Chad Ingram, that was a really good turn for Ryan. It was good shots for him, 960.
Yeah.
It was a good turn.
I played against Ryan 2 years ago in the blind draw. And him and Brett Hollanday was a really fun team to play. So much fun. They went first, so game over. And I didn't shoot bad at all.
I was going to say, you probably shot well.
Like at least a 3 for me.
Yeah. Here we go. Joey Mann.
South Dakota native. 4.78 cricket average. 33.65 MPR. Heading into this. Or PPD is what I meant. So we're not pretty strong here. After 2 rounds, up over 200.
They said they need a battle of the commentators match. Adam Saveda. I think Will Stewart will win that one.
I think Will Stewart would win that one too. So absolutely not. Are we going to do that? If you guys want to see Baby Seals Club, you can find those interviews online. You don't need to watch me and Will play.
Joey Mann, 439 after 4.
You know how, because of the title name of Shoot the Moon, that the stream on Facebook had a little disclaimer with it? Well, the disclaimer, if I had to play Will, would be warning violence potential with how badly he would whoop me on that dartboard. I might never be able to work again in this industry if I played that matchup. Good last for Joey, but at this point, he knows he's throwing to throw. Never a good feeling at this point in the cricket or in the count up, because it's not like you can just be like, I'm done. You still have to finish it out. So that's why you see some frustration from some players earlier on, because now they're bored.
Well, I mean, 1,058 is going to be hard to beat. I mean, you're going to have to – you need to be at the 700 mark around round 5, 800 mark quickly. I mean, it's 1040 or better. It's the only way you're going to get there. Bob McCoy dropped 4 1080s.
I guarantee you Mike Maloney tries his best here.
I'm sure Mike Maloney tries his best.
Oh, I guarantee it.
I guarantee he tries his best.
But will he beat the 1,058? He wants to.
You know what? I think he will.
He definitely doesn't want to lose by 1 point like he did 2 years ago.
I think Mike Maloney will do it here. You know who else? Number 31, Mark McGrain, could also do it. I just watched him play that Filthy Assassin qualifier, and he was spot on.
I feel like the chat's starting to turn into all of my friends at home when I show up to play a blind draw and my wife's not right next to me.
Okay, back into brackets.
Where's Megan? Where's this Maloney Baggish match? It's coming, guys. They're here. Give us a second. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are more than rightful. It's 8:30. It's past 8:30 when that was the scheduled start time. That means that little late night Mike Maloney, Danny Baggish action never hurt anybody. And here is Mike Maloney. It's weirded me out that he's wearing a jersey, and his pants go all the way down to his ankle. So here we go. Yeah, there will be a parental advisory on this because they are mic'd up for a few legs. You ever watched a Mike Maloney phone live stream? He is not a quiet person when he plays darts. You don't have to worry about Danny trash talking him. He'll trash talk himself more often than that. Julie Weeger is your queen seat.
Yep.
In the women's qualifier.
Talked about that earlier. 3-1 over Nicole. We're still not quite there on the backside of either of those qualifiers. So
yep.
I'm only going to report this one here plays Lucas. So Eric Bobson and Cody Marks are playing. The winner will take on Lucas for the king seat.
Man, those names are a nightmare scenario for you.
They are.
Luke Pritzel.
Luke Pritzel.
Eric Bobzian.
Eric Bobzian.
Anthony Dunklin.
All right, I'm done.
Cody Marks. We got that one. That one's
I
easy.
got that one.
Mike not doing as well as he wanted to do.
He's
off the pace.
He's gearing up.
And if he doesn't beat Baggish here, he's going to hear about that too as he heads to this. Baggish is going to try and claim that he's already up 1-0. I guarantee it. The gambler does everything in his power to try and win. At this point, this is where you're like, do I throw left-handed this round or underhand maybe? Do I throw from the other throw line just for fun?
Well, right now, he can't hang on to him. That's the second time he's dropped him.
Yeah, he's not going to get this done. That's for sure. But he's going to be the 4 seed anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to change his seed.
It is going to make right now the top dog a little bit happier as he's only got one more person left to dodge.
Bob
That's
McCoy,
Mark
number
McGrain.
1 seed and the L-Style current leader.
Did Bob go first too?
He went first.
So he's held that scoreline the entire time.
The entire time.
I guarantee you that's never happened before, and I guarantee you it will never happen again. Well, now you're. Why do you keep lying to me, man?
Tyler Hinsey did go first. Gosh. Bob went second. That's right.
All right, here's Mark. I'm going to stop asking you questions. You keep giving me the wrong answers.
31 is Mark McGrain. It's the last one to go.
Yep.
Hey, Will, when someone wants to know when are we going to do the Baggish match?
Yeah, it's canceled until we're ready, which will be sometime soon. All right, so Mark coming into this, averaging a 4.82 and a 34.03. And here we go, last player to try and knock off Bob McCoy from the perch. And he starts off on the pace, 140, you're out the gate. Throwing a 180 here just to make Bob sweat a little bit. And get us on the edge of our seats. Oh, baby. Mark is starting to creep up there. 2 rounds in, 280 points scored.
Ooh, right in the 5.
He does adjust it nicely. 95 is not terrible. Gonna have to pick it up a little bit, but he's thrown really well so far. .140s are nice, but he's going to need to throw in at least 180
yeah,
in
he's
there.
Gonna have to get at least an 180 in there. Maybe 2. I think he's going to have 2.
Every time I work with you, it's just such a pleasure, and I don't know why. Everything you do is so comical to me in the right way.
I don't know about that.
It's I do.
I
I'm
don't
saying
try
it
to
for
be
real.
funny.
I know you don't. That's the best part.
It's
the only reason why you are.
I have that dry humor. People don't think I'm funny.
I know.
Think I'm funny. I think I'm very serious about this.
I know you are. That's the funny part.
And another 140.
He's getting there. 2 rounds left.
Got to have a 180. You said that.
I sure did. And then you just immediately repeated that exact thing as if it was your own thought.
It was my thought after you said it.
He's not going to be able to do it here.
You commentator cursed him.
I did not.
It's your fault.
Math commentator cursed him at this point.
All right, here we go.
He still shot really well.
He did shoot really, really well.
And he's going to finish with a 180 just to frustrate all of us. Boom goes the Bob McCoy.
Boom.
Gosh dang it, Bob McCoy gets it done. But a great last dart round from Mark. 1,030. Who saw that coming? If you would have said that there were 2 players left, Mike Maloney and Mark McGrain, 99 out of 100 people would have picked Mike Maloney having the higher score of the 2.
I agree.
And that's if Mark's in the 100.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That does it for the L-Style Shootout. Paula Murphy gets it done for the ladies. And for the men, Bob McCoy.
Mr. Hudsick, that was Mark McGrain from Florida that shot that 1,030.
All right, guys. Well, Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, and Will Stewart, we're going to shut down the stream here so we can load it right back up with this Danny Baggish, Mike Maloney match that I think some of you are waiting to watch. I haven't heard anything in the chat about it, so I'm sure you guys are fine waiting.
Not one person's asked for it.
But we'll be right back with that match live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. We will see you guys very shortly.